Hello, this is Tom Richardson from PowerSide, and we have a number of videos for the IPC. This one I just want to very quickly run through some of the obvious features of the IPC. There's no substitute for looking at the operation manual, understanding all the features, the do's and don'ts in the process of testing. But what I want to do here is just show you the simple setup and how we would have the unit before we start a test. Clearly you need to have the computers connected, a computer connected, and here we have the IPC software up, which tells you the status of the connected software. And then on the left here, channel scope, which shows you the characteristics of the unit under test when you impose a sag or when you impose a corrupt signal to the power supply. What we have here on the right hand side, we're not using any of the analog channels in this case, but what we would have is on the meters here on the right, it's good practice to have a view of where you are on the source side, so the power supply to the IPC. Here I've got line 1 to neutral. We're not energized yet, but this gives you an indication or a verification of your power supply coming into the IPC. And what you have is minimum and maximum readings as well that you can reset with this button that actually monitor a min and max RMS values for line 1 to neutral on the source. And it's handy to have this as a validation of your power supply coming to the IPC. For the next set of meters, we have line 1 to neutral, but on the load side, and you can see indicated on the meter here, it says load. And again, there's reset capability for min and max, but it will give you your voltage so that you can see very clearly what voltage you have on the source side at the back of the IPC and what you have on the load side that's going to your unit under test. And then the third meter, you can use that to supplement information. Here we have line 1 load, but equally when you set up, you could have neutral to ground. You could have a number of other parameters that gives you a full appreciation of the setup and what to expect. Now, if we go to the left-hand side, you can see that the breaker is off. The circuit breaker is open. We've not yet started the test. We have a green indication that instrument power is fine. And here we can adjust the trip current. We talk about it in other videos, but if you want to protect your tool, set this trip current to a reasonable value. Don't just automatically put it at the max. At the end of the day, this here is for protection of the equipment. It's adjustable for a reason. And here, this will allow the IPC to protect your tool. And then we go to the middle panel. Again, all of this is described adequately in the operations manual. But here we have amplitude of sag, which is adjustable. We have the duration of the sag that's adjustable. The large knob on the right-hand side is a selector to the particular load. It could be line 1 to neutral. It could be line 1 to line 2. It just depends on your configuration and your test. But here's the selector knob. So make sure that when you're doing your test, you're sequencing through appropriately to the correct setting. And then below, we have a number of standards already designed into the IPC. You can see that SEMI F47 is the most popular, but again, we can have that limited only to the required SEMI F47 tests. We can move it to IEC 411. There are a number of standards in here, so make sure that you have it set up to the appropriate code. And then below here, there's an auto sequence capability. Obviously, you need to have the correct configuration selected, whether it is a Y or a delta configuration. But given the standard and given the correct auto sequence, you can use the bottom arm and fire buttons in order to automatically sequence through the series of tests and not have to manually adjust at the top the actual amplitude, duration, and line. So this is a very handy a handy function here. When you're once you're comfortable, once you're set up, you can auto sequence through here. Everything is in the operation manual. PowerSide are always here to answer any questions and support. But I just wanted to give this quick overview. Some people learn quicker with videos. Make sure your IPC is adequately set up. Make sure that you have the software up ready to record. Ensure that all your connections, your safety, your lotto is all done. And you'll find this a very powerful, very efficient way to validate the compliance of the tool under test. Thank you for joining.